The start of a new school year may be here sooner than you think. Today on ONTV Update, we look at what makes OCC a perfect school for students still searching for their major.
Now, from the EMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is an ONTV Update.
Good afternoon. You're watching ONTV Update. Today is Friday, March 11th. I'm Jasmine Huntley.
And I'm Joe Arrigo. We begin today with a story about a student having trouble choosing the major that fit him and why he says OCC was the perfect place.
More than 20% of students start college with a major they won't graduate with. OCC is a perfect place for undecided students.
So if I went to SU and I started these classes and I was undecided with my major, here I would have been $40,000 in debt before already switching. Now that I'm at OCC, and it's kind of been easier for me to make these adjustments financially.
Mike Roddy started his college life as a marketing major, but after one semester, he wanted to switch.
Now that I'm in humanities and I'm going into my dream job of eventually going into med school, things are really looking better for me.
OCC is one of the cheaper colleges in New York, which makes it a great school to test the water.
Students that are just starting out from high school because they really don't know at the age of 17 or 18 what they want to do yet.
With tuition being about $14,000 a year, it's smart to go to community college so you can figure out what you want to do at a cheaper cost.
Having over 30 different majors, undecided students will always have OCC at the top of their school list so that they can grab their dream before it's already gone.
OCC has a huge variety of different majors, so if you are a student unhappy with your major, visit sunyocc.edu or talk with your advisor.
OCC is being re-accredited by the Middle States Association. This organization is responsible for keeping both public and private schools up to academic standards. Committees have formed on campus, including students and student leaders, as well as professors and other faculty. To address the 7 defining standards set by Middle States, OCC has until 2017 to show all the standards have been met.
Onondaga Community College is offering high school students the chance to take college-level classes right here on campus. ONTV Update's Justin Beto takes a look into one of the programs offered.
Starting this fall, high school students will have a chance to choose a degree sponsored by P-Tech, Pathways in Technology, Early College High School. Among the choices offered,
and programming, then this is definitely the field for you.
Starting in the fall of 2016, high school students have the chance to come in and learn how to make basic circuits to use an oscilloscope.
First thing you have to take is circuits, electric circuits 1. You'll also have to take circuits 2. You learn about Ohm's law and Kirchhoff's laws.
Ryan has a word of advice for any high schoolers looking to take the leap into electrical technology.
No procrastination. Do not procrastinate. You got to keep working at this stuff. If you don't understand it, you can't just walk out of the classroom. You got to stay after, and you have to actually ask the teacher, hey, what does this mean? Why is this like that?
From the Applied Engineering Technology Department in the Whitney Building, I'm Justin Beto for ONTV Update.
All costs for these classes is covered by one of 3 P-Tech grants. P-Tech students will also be able to take part in job shadowings and internships.
To celebrate this year's Women's History Month, OCC is holding their annual Women's Writing Contest. Students are encouraged to submit their creative writing or an essay pertaining to women. The first place winners will receive $250, second place $100, and third place will receive $50. Pieces must be submitted by April 29th electronically to Professor Jamie Sindel at sindelj@sunyocc.edu. It must include a phone number and your student ID.
The Scholastic Art Show that was presented around the Whitney Building on the OCC campus has come to a close. But for those who weren't able to make it out to the show, the winners are listed on the web. There are 23 Gold Key winners, 24 Silver Key winners, and 26 honorable mentions out of the 2,000 submissions this year. The list of winners can be viewed on the website. Visit Scholastic Winners 2016 at shac.org to see the list of the winners.
Between classes, cancellations, road conditions, and traffic, spring weather can be unpredictable and cause stress for students who commute to school.
Coming up next, Dan Myers gives us the scoop on what it's like riding the bus when the seasons aren't cooperative. Stay with us.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
Felton Art Gallery at Onondaga Community College. Experience art at its most engaging. The gallery features multiple genres of art, including painting, photography, and sculpture.
The teachers here are excellent. I've had some really informative teachers. The lessons are pretty clear, and the teachers are very social. It's a very social experience. I liked the facility a lot. I liked the studios, so I decided to come here. I've learned so much. I've learned an indefinite amount of material about architecture, and I only have more to learn. I would definitely say that this school is excellent for building a portfolio to move on in this major.
Are you eager for knowledge outside the classroom? Then visit Coulter Library. If we don't have the book you're looking for, we can get it on loan. We also have a wide selection of movies and music to enjoy on your study break. And our quiet study rooms allow you to work alone or with classmates in a private environment. We're extending hours during finals week until 11 p.m. so you can catch up on your work. Visit our website for more information. Take advantage of Coulter Library today. You'll never fail in your journey to succeed.
Are you a veteran looking to continue your education? Then check out the Veterans Affairs Office at Coulter Library. We offer a variety of services, such as work study, mentoring, assistance with financial aid, vocational rehabilitation, and much more. The staff of the Office of Veterans Affairs are all veterans who continue to serve the OCC community. Visit room C103 or visit sunyocc.edu for more information.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Joe Arrigo.
And I'm Jasmine Huntley. Dan Myers is here now with the weather. Dan, how's it looking out there?
Thank you, Jasmine. This week has been one of the sunniest in a while, but it doesn't look like it'll stay that way for long. Today we have a high of 43 and a low of 30. It should be mostly sunny with a few clouds. This weekend, I would say plan for sun until about Sunday when you have to break out the raincoats. As for Saturday, we'll have a high of 61 and a low of 35. Sunday will be the rainy and cloudy day, as we'll have a high of 56 and a low of 43. Monday will be a high of 51 and a low of 46. But be on the lookout, because Tuesday will still be rainy with a high of 40 and a low of 34. Rain is expected to roll over until Wednesday, when we'll have a high of 56 and a low of 43. The rain should let up Wednesday, when we'll get more sun and some clouds with a high of 61 and a low of 47. Overall, the weather...
Bus commuter.
There's barely any shade, you know, because like around the buildings there are little like bus stops, but it doesn't really do much to like protect you from the heat or the cold, you know. So, and there's only so many seats there, so most of the time you're just standing around and it's like super crowded.
But unlike their driving counterparts, bus commuters are completely at the whim of the bus company and their schedule. Monday through Friday, buses run every 20 to 40 minutes regularly. But on days like Saturday and Sunday, they run almost every hour on the hour, and they're almost always late. Iris Maxwell, a former Marine, nurse, and mother of 5, thinks she knows why the buses run the way they do.
Fact that there are not enough buses to support the students that come to the school, because every year the enrollment go up and they don't adjust the central for us.
Bus commuting is no easy task, and high or low temperatures thrown in the mix just make it worse. So remember, if waiting for the bus, dress appropriately and know the schedule. Bus schedules can be found on central.org or posted at Mawinnie and the SRC bus stops. That's your weather for now. Back to you, Joe.
Thanks, Dan. Now in politics. Mississippi and Michigan voted this week for the Democratic presidential nomination. Secretary Clinton held a strong lead in Mississippi, while Senator Sanders defied expectations in Michigan. The final poll estimated he would lose the state by 27 points. Sanders instead ending up winning the state. A political upset, his team hopes to pull off again in other states to gain ground on Clinton's lead. Both candidates hope to win big in Florida, which has 246 delegates up for grabs.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump swept through 3 out of 4 states with wins in Mississippi, Michigan, and Hawaii, while Ted Cruz took home a strong win in Idaho and a close second in each of the other contests. In the race,
we take a look at the everyday life of an OCC student turned MMA athlete.
Currently, Dan is actively cutting weight to move down.
I actually was a graduate of the Mechanical Technology Associate's degree program here myself. Onondaga, without a doubt, puts the student first. We want our students to be successful. We want them to come back to us and say, yeah, what we learned in this program was great. What we're doing, we have a skill set now that I can make a good living with. www.sunyocc.edu for more information.
What I love most about OCC is the ease of access. It's so close to home, and it's just a beautiful campus, and the social community is so nice. I can really find myself inside of it. The business area that they just built is really nice as well. I think that's going to be good for helping out business students with their goals and tasks and things. I would recommend OCC to somebody. I think it's a really nice place to get an education. I think it's a really nice school to be able to settle down in and build a future at.
I would definitely say OCC has prepared me for moving on my career path. My major is fire protection technologies. I chose that due to the fact of my career path is I want to go become a career firefighter later on in life. My dad actually found this program out here from one of his buddies that's a state fire instructor out in this area. Said this was one of the best programs out here. It's real nice knowing that I have other people out there who share the same interests as me.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
So it's hat and gloves weather today? Wasn't it 75 and sunny yesterday? Fall needs to make up its mind. It's not all bad though. The leaves turn a beautiful red and in come my favorite flavors. That's why I always save time in my morning for Starbucks. I can grab a pumpkin spice latte and it can be served hot or cold to suit whatever type of autumn day I'm having.
OCC proudly serves Starbucks. Come visit us outside the Gordon Cafeteria.
While professional mixed martial arts matches are illegal, amateur-level competition is okay in upstate New York. A former OCC student chose to pursue his MMA dream over a career in medicine.
Oh, my daily routine is I get up in the morning, probably like 4 a.m. I jump rope, do a lot of cardio, move, shadow box, hit the bag.
Currently, Dan is actively cutting weight to move down a weight class for his upcoming fight.
My walking weight is about 170, so I have to cut weight about 20-30 pounds, depending on how much my walking weight is. So I diet, I eat about 3 to 4 times a day.
In order to make his weight category, Dan has to avoid junk food, give up dairy, and all cheat meals on weekends.
Diet is about 80%. Whether you're losing weight, gaining weight, trying to increase your performance on the field, diet is about 80% of it. The actual working out really is 20%.
We do Muay Thai, we do boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Those are the basics that cover everything. So our gym is well-rounded. We got best coaches on the East Coast.
Whether you're trying to stay in shape or training for the big fight, hitting the boxing bag is a great workout. With 1 week left until his amateur debut, Dan's training and expectations remain high. If Dan's early amateur career in MMA is successful, he can be entering into a professional fight contract as early as next year. From a track club to a track team, Diamond Hamilton speaks with John Hines and Robin Wheelies about the track team and what it's like being a student athlete.
When it comes to athletics, some people are recruited, some people walk on. But John Hines started with a minor competition between him and his friend.
Well, I started out in high school. My friend, he raced me one day and I beat him, so he asked me if I wanted to do track, and I figured I'd give it a try. So I tried it, I stuck with it, and I like it ever since.
John is balancing being a student, being an athlete, and being in the Army Forces as well.
Well, it's kind of difficult sometimes, but you just have to, balance your time out. It's all about discipline, really.
I believe that being a student athlete is an advantage in academics.
Even though being a student athlete can be challenging, studies say that college students who are athletes are more successful than college students who are non-athletes.
By doing it in a schedule, you're able to schedule when you're going to do your studies, when you're going to sleep, how you're going to plan your whole day. People who aren't in athletics don't have that schedule to their day. It's really a good thing being part of a team, and you've committed yourself to a team. But if your paper isn't done, you're not coming to practice. You're taking care of your paper.
It is clear that when being a student athlete, being a student always comes first. In Syracuse, Diamond Hamilton, ONTV Update.
For more information about Onondaga athletics, visit onondagalasers.com. OCC Lasers baseball season kicked off to a great start with a 2-game win over Camden County College on Sunday. Aaron Beck, Nick Claver, Nate Budge, and Justin Germain did an outstanding job as freshmen and sophomore players with their win over Camden College. The first game finished with a score of 6-4, and the second game finished with a score of 4-2, with an overall win for OCC. Lasers will play their next game at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina during the upcoming spring break. So is anybody going down south to cheer for the baseball team?
I wish I could. The weather is going to be better.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be rainy for most of our spring break, but thank you very much, Clem. Coming up, we take a look at a hidden treasure in Whitney Hall that will save you time and money.
Find out why some students prefer the Whitney Cafe after these messages.
My name is Darren Peichel, and I'm the Vice President Entertainment and Programming in the Office of Student Leadership and Engagement. We plan events on campus, part of the quad I plan in the fall and in the spring. I just really love being involved. You really need to broaden your horizons. It makes time fly. I think being involved really makes your college experience better. At OCC is it's a great stepping stone. The connections I've made here are everlasting.
I love OCC, and I've really been impressed with all of my students here. I teach natural hazards and disasters. I try to bring in real-world events to make what you learn in the classroom applicable to what you might read in the newspaper or see on the news or hear in the media. And then also trying to make it interesting, because sometimes science can be a little boring to folks. So I try to make it exciting, and so perhaps you don't even realize you're learning science.
The teachers here are excellent. I've had some really informative teachers. The lessons are pretty clear, and the teachers are very social. It's a very social experience. I liked the facility a lot. I liked the studios, so I decided to come here. I've learned so much. I've learned an indefinite amount of material about architecture, and I only have more to learn. I would definitely say that this school is excellent for building a portfolio to move on in this major.
Are you eager for knowledge outside the classroom? Then visit Coulter Library. If we don't have the book you're looking for, we can get it on loan. We also have a wide selection of movies and music to enjoy on your study break. And our quiet study rooms allow you to work alone or with classmates in a private environment. We're extending hours during finals week until 11 p.m. so you can catch up on your work. Visit our website for more information. Take advantage of Coulter Library today. You'll never fail in your journey to succeed.
I actually was a graduate of the Mechanical Technology Associate's degree program here myself. Onondaga, without a doubt, puts the student first. We want our students to be successful. We want them to come back to us and say, yeah, what we learned in this program was great. What we're doing, we have a skill set now that I can make a good living with. www.sunyocc.edu for more information.
Welcome back to ONTV Update, your local news from OCC. I'm Joe Rico.
And I'm Jasmine Huntley. A full-time student and local makeup artist strives to better herself and her craft. She is building her brand with the help of some OCC students and social media. Sasha Master Batista has mastered the art of makeup by teaching herself everything she needs to know. While gaining experience and clientele, she has started to build a well-known brand for herself.
You start off little by little. Like I started off first with just like lipstick and like eyeliner, and eventually I got into like eyeshadow and like just got more detail and with makeup, and then eventually I just started learning tricks of the trade, I guess you could say, by myself.
Sasha started out like any other inspired artist, learning firsthand from her favorite makeup artist's YouTube tutorials.
It really makes people feel beautiful, and especially like my prom clients or like weddings, I feel like that makes them feel like this is their special day. Not that they're not beautiful already without makeup, but I just feel like it gives them like a more of a boost of confidence, because I know when I do my makeup, I feel good. So I like making other people feel good too.
Building her brand has been easy with spreading the word of her business on campus, social media followers, and being tagged in her clients' before and after makeup photos.
The way I build my brand is actually through Facebook. Most of my clients have Facebooks, and older people I feel like have Facebooks. Facebook is like, I guess you could say like universal, like all ages are on Facebook. So that's how I build my biggest brand.
Sasha's amazing talent has brought her several opportunities to do makeup for many people along the lines of a VH1 reality TV star.
Living on OCC campus, I feel like it helped me a lot, because especially because of my roommates, I feel like when they introduced me to their friends, and then that's how I get, my clientele that way too.
Now that spring is upon us, there are several opportunities for Sasha's clientele list to grow, with events from bridal showers, high school proms, and parties.
I feel like when you do something, like you should do it not for the money. I just feel like it's more about like how it makes people feel. Like sometimes like even my prom girls, when their moms come, like they'll sometimes like, oh, I'm about to cry, like my daughter looks so pretty. Like that makes me happy, and it's not always about just the job.
Sasha says her talent and love for makeup pushes and motivates her to strive for greatness during this busy prom season.
Breakfast is known as the most important meal of the day, but college students don't always find the time or the money for it. But on their way into the Whitney building, some OCC students have found it easy to grab a quick and cheaper snack. Christina Episcopo went to discover what this money saver is.
Unless you have class in Whitney Hall, or just use the Whitney building as a walkthrough to avoid weather, you might never discover the little treasure of the Whitney Cafe, or otherwise known as Java Jump.
It's easier for me to just walk through Whitney to get a snack than go into Gordon and get something.
Other coffee stops on campus are located in Gordon Center, which has a Starbucks, and in Whitney Hall, where there is another Java Jump, which is located on the other side of campus.
We sell drinks and donuts and muffins and wraps, just so that people don't have to go all the way over to Gordon to buy anything.
Students that don't have classes in Whitney tend to be unaware of the Whitney Cafe, but those who are aware will walk the extra step just to pay a little less.
I would definitely go out of my way to stop at the Whitney Cafe, just because it is less expensive, and I would rather spend less money and walk a little bit further than spend more money and walk less.
Here at the Whitney Cafe, you can always expect to get a great cup of coffee and great service whenever you come by.
I believe that prices should be lowered, and we have a suggestion box
that they read. So if they fill this out, they read this, and I've suggested to them that a lot of the kids want cheaper food.
From Whitney Hall, I'm Christina Piscopo, ONTV Update.
The Whitney Cafe is open from 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. Daniel Myers is back with the weekend weather forecast. Hey Dan, how's it looking this week?
Well, let me tell you, Joe, it's looking like a good spring day rolling into an even better weekend, because today we're looking at a high of 43 and a low of 30. Saturday is going to be the day you want to go out and enjoy the warmth with your friends, as the high will be 61 with a low of 35. And Sunday will be mostly rainy with a high that will be 56 and a low of 43. If that's not springtime fun weather, Joe, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like it's going to be good weather for the St. Patrick's Day parade. It'll be better. Instead of having to wear coats and everything, you'll be able to wear t-shirts.
Yeah, I live right around there. I can go down there anytime.
Absolutely. It should make for a fun weekend. This will do it for this week's episode of On TV's Update. We hope you all enjoy your spring break. We will be back in 2 weeks. So what are you guys doing for spring break?
I'm thinking about going.
You're gonna have some good weather.
Probably gonna go see Brothers Green.